Hello everyone, I'm finally fucking home, and it feels good. I know I said on Facebook that I was going to do a video on Monday, which would have been yesterday, but I was just too damn beat. I got home late Sunday evening. It was Katie's birthday, so we went out for birthday dinner with her family. And then on Monday, I didn't wake up until around like 1 in the afternoon, and I was just so like jet lagged, and I didn't realize how much shit I had to like go through and unpack. So by the time I would have been able to actually put up a video, it was way too late in the day. But I'm doing it now, and I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. Excuse me. A lot of new stuff that came out, like I had pre-ordered that Katie went and picked up while I was gone. A few things I got while I was in Europe, and quite a bit of stuff that came in the mail while I was gone that I picked up either from eBay or, you know, from other YouTubers or whatever. So, first off, I'm going to start with a game that actually came today in the mail. It is Trap Gunner Countdown to Oblivion on the PS1. It's an Atlas title that I did not own. I remember seeing this game at like a local rental store a long time ago, and I never picked it up, I never played it, but I watched a video from Metal Jesus. He was doing like a hidden gem style video about PS1 games, and I was like, oh, I remember seeing that game, and he showed a little bit of gameplay, and it looked kind of cool, so I went ahead and picked it up, and it's really cheap. It's under like the $10 range, even with, you know, 10 or 15 bucks even with shipping. And you could probably find it even cheaper than that, but I tried to get like pretty much a brand new copy of it. And it's a fun action game, and you can do up to 2 players on it, so I recommend checking it out just for a cheap, cool Atlas game to add to the collection. Next, Dreamcast title, it is Gunbird 2, a shoot 'em up, and I don't remember ever seeing this game out in the wild. You know, I've never seen it like at a local shop or at the flea market or anything like that, so I went ahead and finally was like, you know what, I'm going to go get there's a few Dreamcast games I don't have, so I actually, you know, picked it up off of eBay. I think with shipping it was around 20 bucks, so not terribly expensive, but it looks like a pretty damn intense and fun shooter, and shoot 'em up, and I'm a really big fan, obviously. I have quite a few videos related to shoot 'em ups, but my Dreamcast library is pretty small compared to a lot of my other game libraries. It's around like 25 games or so. There's not a lot of stuff on the Dreamcast that I wanted to own, but I'm always happy to add something new to it. Next is Elder Scrolls Skyrim Legendary Edition, and basically this is just the original game with Dawnguard, Hearthfire, and Dragonborn, and then the ridiculous, absolutely fucking ridiculous strategy guide that they put out for it. That thing is just insane. I mean, I don't even know, like, it's not even comfortable to use this thing, but I was like, you know, the guides for Elder Scrolls games are normally pretty damn good, and Katie actually plays the Elder Scrolls series more than I do, so I went ahead and picked that up, and she was thumbing through this. Well, I can't say thumbing through it. Palming through this damn thing last night. I'm checking it out. So that's pretty cool. But it's just fucking ridiculous. I don't even know. That would like break a shelf. Let's see. Oh, and like a lot of the newer stuff that I got, I had pre-ordered, and I actually had them all paid off fully. So Katie could just go pick them up, and they were almost everything that I had pre-ordered from like now until August, or from then until August, was paid off from garage sale money, in the sense of, say if I picked up like a Mario Galaxy 2 at a garage sale for a couple bucks, I traded in and just put that money towards, you know, my pre-orders, which I did with a lot of newer things that I bought, because it's like, I don't feel right trying to ask someone, you know, $32, $35 for, you know, a Mario game that at the store it's going to be, you know, $45, so I'm like, oh wow, I'll give you like a $10 or $12 discount, but with like pre-order or like trade-in bonuses and, you know, the Power-Up Rewards card, you know, extra shit you can get at GameStop, I was like, well, I'm just going to trade these in and put it towards, you know, my game pre-orders, and I'm not going to try to get $35, you know, from someone, but certain games trade in for a fuckload, and they definitely helped, you know, in my game pre-orders that I had. Next, actually, I already showed this in a video, so I'll just re-mention it real quick. Remember Me, when me and Katie did that, like, Skype pickup video, we showed that. I heard a lot of good things about Remember Me from people, so I'm really excited to play that. And here we have a fucking NES game that has eluded me for a few years now. I a couple times almost bought a complete in box copy, and I missed out by like $1 on eBay or whatever. Well, I actually bought this off of eBay, or not on eBay, but from just a fellow game collector, Fire and Ice, and I got it for about half of what it goes for right now, which it can seem to bump around like $70 all the way up to people asking like $100 for a loose cart. So I ended up picking it up for right around like $30. So that was pretty damn awesome. And it's like in perfect shape. The label's really nice on it. No marks or scratches or anything. I would have liked to have gotten a box copy of it, but who knows, maybe at some point down the road I will just find a box manual for it. And next, another new title, Muramasa Rebirth, Blessings of, I'm going to say this wrong, Amitabha Collector's Edition. And this is on the Vita. I had talked about this quite a bit before the game came out. This originally came out on the Wii. It's been graphically tweaked pretty much not at all. I mean, it looks a little bit better on the very, very bright Vita screen, the nice quality screen, but overall it's the same game. I picked it up mainly for this collector's edition because it came with Vita system face cover with Muramasa logo, Vita system skin with the Muramasa theme, Vita system velvet pouch, specially designed lithograph, and a soundtrack inside, a little like a bridge short soundtrack. But I will pick up another a game if it's been re-released, if they didn't really tweak it too much, if it has a collector's edition. If they didn't do a collector's edition for this, I wouldn't have grabbed it. I picked up the Persona 4 Golden one on the Vita. It was very similar to this. It had a lot of the same type of stuff in there, and that one is pretty hard to find. It sold out immediately. I don't think this one's going to become quite as rare as that one did, but I went ahead and grabbed it. Next, we have... I'm going to go ahead and show one of the really rare things I got, which made me so happy. I was so happy to get this. A lot of you should know how long I've been looking for this, because I mentioned it quite a few times. It is one of the very few systems that I actually wanted. I don't collect systems. It's not like I'm trying to buy every color or every... So I'm only getting systems for, the actual games that I want to play on them. And I've held out on rebuying a Sega CD of one of the more common models because I really wanted to buy a Sega CDX. And this one is, besides cat hair and dust, really nice. I mean, it has very minor, normal wear and tear on it. But it came with its cables, which are in a box down here, and controllers. There's one like first party and one third party controller. And I got it for a decent amount less than what the damn thing has been going for, or what people are asking for it. It seems that at least for the last year or 2 years, that it's been around $200, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little less, but I did not want to pay $200 for it. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to wait to find it at a garage sale, or I'll find it at the flea market. That never fucking happened. I've had a few people contact me. Even after I bought this, I've actually had 2 people contact me saying, oh, hey, this one guy I talked to, he said he had one, he was thinking about selling it, I told him to contact you. And someone else was like, hey, I have one, maybe we could work out a trade. And I'm like, of course, as soon as I get one, I could have got one through a trade. But I did get a good deal on it. I got it about $70 less than what it goes for, including shipping. The shipping was really cheap on it. I was expecting, even though it's a really small system, I was expecting someone to ask like $15, $20. I think shipping was like $6 or something. So I was surprised to get that deal, especially online on eBay. They had it up for a buy it now, and I was like, shit, that's really cheap. And I was sort of like, well, I hope I didn't just buy like a broken, CDX or something. I did send them a message first saying, can you give me a little bit more detail about, the system? And it sounded all legit, so that's awesome. I'm really happy. And to go with it, a Sega CD game. And this is the last Sega CD game that I wanted to add to my collection. No, I do not have a complete Sega CD, Sega Saturn collection. I just own every game I want for it. And this is Shadow of the Beast 2, and it's complete, obviously, in really nice shape. This was not as easy to find a complete copy as I thought. It's not really expensive, but for the last like month and a half, 2 months, there just hasn't been like complete US copies up very frequently. And I actually had like people bidding against me on that. Like I think I went ahead and said screw it. I'm like, I'm putting a bid for like $50, like a max bid. I'm like, no, it's not going to go up that high, but I'm like, I don't want to take a chance. And it actually, like, a couple people bid it up a little bit, and I think I paid with shipping like around $28 or so. I'd have to double check. It might be a few dollars off, but so very happy to have that. Now, of course, there's always the chance that I might find down the road a game that I hadn't known about, or I changed my mind about, or maybe a PAL release, you know, Sega CD or Sega Saturn game that never came out here. But as of right now, I've got every single game for those two systems that I actually wanted, so that's kind of cool. And we'll continue on now that I just mentioned all that shit. Next is Best of PlayStation Network Volume 1, and when I see the Volume 1, I'm very happy because I'm hoping, you know, they can continue this, because I'm not a big fan of downloading games. I only buy physical stuff. So there's a few titles on here, like When Vikings Attack and Sound Shapes that I wanted to play, and I'm very happy that they put them on disc now. So I'm hoping Volume 1 obviously means at least Volume 2, like it doesn't get canceled, you know, before they even put out a second one, but maybe even 3 and 4 and 5, if they could just keep putting these games out on disc that, you know, that were only download only before. So very cool. It also has Fat Princess and Tokyo Jungle on it, which Tokyo Jungle looks fucking funny as hell. It's basically all different types of animals, from pets, you know, like Pomeranians to hyenas and lions, and they're living in Tokyo after like a post-apocalyptic, you know, in a post-apocalyptic. You understand what the fuck I'm trying to say? Post-apocalyptic. There we go. Like setting. So they're just basically all trying to survive and eat each other. Hold on. I need a drink of some orange Gatorade. Okay. I'm good. I can continue on. I'm still a little jet lagged. Half of my fucking brain is still in Europe right now. I flew from Sweden to Frankfurt, Frankfurt to Boston, Boston to here, you know, only like not even 2 days ago, a day and a half ago. So I am still a little bit wiped out. That was like 21 hours in airports and on airplanes with layovers and shit. This is already one I actually showed also. It's the Cyvariar Complete Edition. The PS2, so I won't talk about that anymore. It's a shoot 'em up I got while I was over in Europe. Next is Dokapon Monster Hunter Complete on the Game Boy Advance, and this is part of a series, really short series. I think there's like 2 other games in it, and the other Dokapon game, like on the Wii, I know, is more like a party game, and it was actually put out by Atlas, and it just wasn't. It's not something I'd be looking forward to play. Like it's more along the lines of like a Mario Party or just something like that, where you get together with, you know, a bunch of friends and you sit down and play it, and it's more like a board game. There's actually spaces you move around. This is not. This is more of a RPG where you fight and then collect monsters and then battle with those, you know, monsters against other monsters. But it's not like a Pokemon setting where, you know, you're trying to, you know, win some tournament or something like that. There's no like tournament or competition going on. You're just on an island trying to become a better. Actually, hold on. What did they say? You're on Dokano Island, a mystical place full of mystical creatures and a proving ground for adventurers seeking AAA ranking in their field. So there you go. Dokapon Monster Hunter. And next, here's another one that's already been shown, so Mega Man Battle Network. I have everything that I got while I was gone sort of piled over here and there. But, so some of it's stuff I've already talked about. Mega Man Battle Network, complete. Picked it up from a fellow YouTuber. Wow, this is 14 minutes long already. I gotta start speeding up. Boktai 2, already showed that, so I actually already had the game, so there will be a copy of that for sale at the flea market or a future video. Next, Project X Zone. I was really looking forward to this 3DS title. It takes multiple different characters from different games and different game companies and throws them all together. I think there's around 50 different characters. It's a strategy RPG, and it looked pretty damn fun. It is this is a limited edition of it, which came with the X-Zone soundtrack, art book, and poster. And the soundtrack actually has songs from this game and then songs from other games that the characters were in. So I thought that was kind of cool. Next, The Last of Us Strategy Guide, which obviously means I have the game sitting over here. This came with, it's sitting up there already, it came with like a little keychain for the collector's edition of the strategy guide, a little Firefly keychain, and this big ass box for the post-pandemic edition, covered in cat hair and dust already. This is pretty damn cool. I took the statue out last night and checked it out, and the statue is very rubbery, which is kind of cool. It's, at least it means it's not going to break as easily, I guess, but it's sort of, every piece sort of bends on it, which is sort of interesting. But also, like Remember Me, I have heard nothing but really good things about Last of Us, and I've been really excited to play that, so I thought we were almost done, but we're not. There's a few more things to go through. This stuff was technically like a gift. He said that he'd just give me this stuff, and down the road, if I gave him like a good deal or some type of trade, then that would be fine with him. From a fellow YouTuber that met me at a festival over in Europe. His name, or his YouTube name is Kfaut, Kfaut. He gave me Pokemon Blue, Silver, and these are all obviously, like North American editions. Gold. He said he found them, randomly, and had no use for them in the sense of, I guess, wanting to keep them or whatever. Zelda Link's Awakening DX, Pokemon trading card game, and bootleg copies of Fire Red and Emerald. Some of them say batteries work, some don't. I didn't care. They were a fucking present. Like, we'd done a transaction, then he's like, here you go, I brought these for you. And I was like, oh, wow, I wasn't expecting, these as a gift, so thank you very much, man. These couple items came from Carlos as a part of a trade that we've been doing. I had given him some stuff while he was down last time, and then he sent this stuff through the mail. Donkey Kong Country on Super Nintendo, and Suikoden 2 Strategy Guide. This is the main thing I was looking for. It's in really nice shape. I'm a big older strategy guide collector, especially for RPGs, so very happy to get that. I actually traded him a copy of Tomba on the PS1 for the Suikoden 2 Strategy Guide. And I got this box a while back, like 2 months ago, from Josh for Super Ghouls and Ghosts. It was pretty beat up, but I didn't have a copy of the actual game. I have the game on Game Boy Advance, so I finally got a copy of the game and stuck it in its box. I got that box through like a trade of some manuals. I gave him a few manuals, and he gave me that box and a few manuals. Then, this is probably the coolest thing I got besides the Sega CDX. I got this for about $30 more than just how much the cart was going for, which is a really great deal because normally it's about double that or almost even triple that to get like a complete box version. It is Terranigma on the Super Nintendo. This never came out in North America, and it is an RPG. Like I said, I just wasn't expecting, I wasn't planning on buying like a complete boxed version, but there happened to be one up for sale on eBay that was pretty cheap compared to what other ones had been selling for. So I went ahead. It was a bidding one. I wasn't even going to buy it now. So I bid on it, and I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. And then I didn't want to pay over a certain amount, and no one else bid on it. And I'm like, oh, that was weird. I hope everything's okay. The seller had good feedback. It came boxed, does have a few little dents, but it was described. But overall, I'm very happy with it. And the only other things I got were some promo items, which I'm just sort of going to lean into the picture here. This Donkey Kong Country Returns 3DS standy thing. I put a little sticker on it at my store. I said, hey, while I'm gone, if we go to throw it away, please put it in the back room for me. And Katie picked that up, and she also picked this up for me, which is awesome. The Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon light up little standy. The ghosts, light up on it, and it's motion sensor. There's a sensor on it, like right here. One thing that sucked was I realized that the battery pack was missing. When I got home, I was like, what happened? She goes, well, this is all they gave me. And I called my store, and luckily it just like fell off in the back room, and it's been sitting in the back room for like a month now. So very cool. I could have probably gone to like Radio Shack and bought something to work with it, obviously, but I'd rather have the original battery pack thing that came with it. So that's a cool piece of promo shit. And I already showed this in that Skype video I did with Katie, but I'll show it again. My complete Earthbound copy with the strategy guide. This is just so cool to hold. The box actually is a little bit more dinged up than I thought, but shit, it's still complete. No holes, no rips or anything. Just a few little dents and creases on it. So I need to find a nice, safe spot for this. I might stick it in one of those glass cases back there with my copy of Magical Chase. Maybe they can become like good friends or lovers or something. Earthbound and Magical Chase mate and make a unique RPG shoot 'em up game. Who knows? That is it. I'm totally wiped. I'm still jet lagged. 21 hours in airports and on airplanes just not even 2 days ago. It's gonna take me a few more days to probably recover. Half my brain is still in Europe, apparently. But I'm really glad to be home. Going garage selling this Saturday. I'm so fucking excited. I'm looking forward to that. And then the Video Game Seller Season 2 starts on, well, we film it Sunday, but it'll be up on Tuesday. Please thumbs up this damn video, especially if you made it all the way to this, part to the end. I appreciate it. It helps out. And, thanks, guys. Thanks for sticking around while I was gone. And I will see you all tomorrow, next day, I don't know. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back into the daily videos, but obviously I'll be doing videos a lot more frequently now. So, peace out, motherfuckers!